Hey folks, welcome back. I am John Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Every business day I bring you what's happening with unusual option activity. Today is no exception. I'm approximately 3 o'clock right now, so let's kick it off, shall we? 3 at 3. I am John Najarian, and this is brought to you by MarketRebellion.com. It is the last trading day of the third quarter of 2020. It's September 30th, 2020. Disclaimer is that this is provided for educational and informational purposes only. All investments involve risk, full stop. Intellectual property notice. We have patents, we have trademarks, we have registered marks, and we have copyrights on much, if not all, of what you're about to see. So please, before you use it, ask us, and then cite Market Rebellion as the source of this activity. Thank you. So, SunPower, talked about it yesterday on the show. SPWR, SunPower, bullish call buying stocks, $12.24. Talked about those calls being bought from $67 up to $82 a piece, because every option is for, of course, 100 shares of stock. And is the stock still at $12.24? No, it is not. It is $13.14. It's up 10% today. Bang! That's another reason you want to watch this show every day, my friends, because the potential that the stuff we're talking about, which is institutional size, these men and women that are making these trades are pretty good. They've already done their homework. In other words, we're getting to piggyback on folks that have already paid the dues, done the homework, and really gone out there and ferreted out the best opportunities in the market. That's the way we look at it. Bang. Another trade from yesterday, NEO. Stock was $19.75. They bought 10,000 approximately of those October 23 calls. You know, if you saw the show yesterday, they bought way more than 9,500, way more than 10,000. In fact, one of the strikes yesterday traded over, I think it was over 92,000. That's 9.2 million share equivalent. You think they knew something? Maybe. Take a look at what happened today. NEO, the stock traded all the way up to $22.59, not $19.75. $22.59, nearly a jump of 3x on our trades. Bang! Love it when it happens that way, my friends. And just to throw another one out there, Tesla, I talked about it a week ago when the stock was $355 and it moved to $405, and I joked about the Queen had basically become an endorser of Tesla. That was, of course, a joke. But nonetheless, the stock moved to 417 yesterday, and then 4 million share equivalent at the 450 strike changed hands. And a lot of other strikes changed hands. 400, 410, 420s. You get the idea. It was very active turnover in Tesla yesterday. Is the stock 417 today? No, it is 429. Another $12 to the upside. Bang! Again, enforcing or reinforcing the reasons that you need to pay attention to. Unusual option activity, my friends. I think it's important. That's why we talk about it every single business day. Unusual option activity. Just checking out a fill right here. All right. I also wanted to let you know about our weekend coming up in just a couple. It's the 9th and 10th of October, the 2020 Virtual Trading Conference. Myself, my brother Pete, Raul Paul, Ryan Mastro, AJ Monty, Bedros Keuilian, Tom Lee, Jeff Mackey, Doug Kurzian, Grover Nordquist, Tony Dwyer, Mark Lepresti, Dirk Muller. I mean, if this isn't a power-packed lineup, you will not see or get better information at any trading conference this year, folks, than what you'll hear October 9th, October 10th at the Virtual Trading Conference. You have just 6 days to register. Bronze tickets are still available. Why just 6 days? Gee, John, I can do the math. October 9th and 10th. We have more than 6 days to that. Yes, but because the third party that's running the admission to the conference, we need to have you in the system so that you and only you, the paying customers, can get in. This is not a Zoom call. This is not a Microsoft Meet. This is not a Google Microsoft Teams or Google Meet. This is none of those. So if you want to attend this virtual trading conference and get a copy of every single presentation, well, you got to sign up within the next 6 days. That's enough of that, right? Let's get to some fresh meat, shall we? Netflix, as I check out some fills here. Netflix, Nflx. There's my buddy, the judge, Scott Wapner. Netflix was up $6 at that moment. It was trading $4.99. And Scott said, okay, John, what do you got for unusual? I have Netflix, Scott. Unusual option activity. There I am talking about it. Stock moving up a little bit higher. Netflix up 1.33% then. And we talked about the buying at the 400 strike, at the 405 strike, at the 410 strike. Bang. Keep an eye on this one, folks. These are options that expire this Friday. So again, deep end of the pool. What does John mean when he says deep end of the pool? It means you need to understand time decay because you can hear that clock ticking with the amount of time these options have left. 2 more sessions after today, folks. That's why you need to be aware of it. You see those big numbers, 11,500 of the 510 calls, 7,400, which is 7.4, that's 740,000, I'm sorry, 740,000 share equivalent of a $500 stock. That gives you an idea of how bullish these folks are. 500s, 505s, 510s, all the way up to the 520s. And there I've also shown you the open interest on the heat seeker algorithm as well. Bang. They were buying, among other things, those 510 calls. You see that spike in those 510 calls. It's added another 2,000. But keep in mind, October 2nd is expiration. You know how I like to address short-term option trades. I try to buy one, sell another at a higher strike in the case of calls. I'll talk about puts at another time, but this is call activity in Netflix. 52-week high, by the way, 575. Today's high, 504.63. Keep an eye on it, folks. The second, there's the graph of Netflix as it traded through 502 just moments ago. You want to learn more about unusual option activity? Before I get to trade number 2, you have to understand that unusual option activity is something we cite multiple times a day, maybe 20 or more times a day. And this is provided by an algorithm. This is not our opinion. This is this algorithm finding unusual accumulations like this. Hands towards me, palms towards me, that's a buyer. I'm looking for those big buyers of calls or puts to tell me bullish or bearish activity. You can find out more at marketrebellion.com/UOA. That is marketrebellion.com/UOA. All right. Bed Bath & Beyond. There's Scott and I talking about BBBY. And yes, those footballs on the desk behind me, those are signed by Eddie George and Joe Namath, among others. I have several of those I'm lucky enough to have in my collection. Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY. These are December calls they're buying in BBBY. Here's me talking about them. They moved up 4.69%. A lot of that coming during the discussion I had with Scott. December 15 calls. They were 19 cents in the money when you see me talking about them right there, folks, because the right to buy the stock at 15 is worth 19 cents at 15.19. You know how that works. And here's a graph as they moved up to 528. Let me check a fill, BBBY. Yep, still in all of these calls, folks, and selling upside calls against it. Not because I have to, because of time decay, because I want to, and because I need to free up some room for more trades. Third of our 3 at 3 is Overstock.com. OSTK, stock 73.59. They bought October 2nd expiration, 80 calls. Do I think it's going to get to there? Could. This one's been volatile as heck this year. OSTK, OSTK. They also own the T0 exchange, which is, of course, a digital asset exchange. Keep an eye on this one. I am not in these 80 calls that expire this Friday. Which ones did I buy? Well, let me let you think about that for a second. I've already told you I like to mitigate time decay as much as possible. So do you think that I bought the 80 calls, or do you think that maybe, just maybe, John instead bought something more like the 74 calls? If you say yes, I think John probably bought something like the 74 calls. You're right. I bought the 74 calls, sold the 76 calls. 74 calls right now, trading $1.60. The 76 calls right now that I sold are trading for $1. So if you take $1.60 from $1, you know that you have paid 60 cents net for a spread that can go to $2. That's $60 for something that can go to $200. So that's how I like to play it, folks. There's a graph of Overstock.com. If you'd like to take the first step in getting to know more about option trading, please go to marketrebellion.com/get started. We can take you from a beginning option trader to an intermediate or advanced. You decide what level you want to start at. If you've already been trading them for years, you probably need to be in intermediate or advanced classes with us. We have both online with instructors as well as distance learning, and we provide a money-back guarantee on what we provide at marketrebellion.com. Make sure you check it out, folks. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation, and I'm going to say goodbye with a little bit of the same song that we brought us in with. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar. That's what I need, right?
I need a dollar.